I have a modern reinvention, the Aspire Atlantis GT.
Wow. And what does GT stand for?
Grand Tour. Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
Great Tank.
There we go.
Great Tank. Let's go with Great
the
Tank.
Atlantis Great Tank.
Run the intro. Yeah, that we solved it, didn't
Wow.
we?
Yeah, the mystery. We've all wondered what GT is in vaping.
But instead of doing loads of talking, let's take a look at what this Great Tank is. So, dropping down on the table in front of me, I have the Aspire Atlantis GT tank. They say it's a modern reinvention. That's because the Atlantis is one of the greatest tanks from Aspire, probably the first sub-ohm tank, certainly that I recall. Designed by Tayfun, produced by Aspire, this is a modern look at that greatest sub-ohm tank. It's a bottom airflow, and it actually comes with an adjustable airflow plate that goes inside behind the adjustable airflow control ring that you see on the exterior there. So you've got different airflow options to play with this one. It's made for the enthusiast, and you can strip this tank down into about 6 parts. Obviously, right at the top of those parts, you've got the 510 mouthpiece, but this one's got quite a wide bore at the top of it, so very ergonomically friendly. Coil options in the tank, well, it's got a 0.3 ohm coil installed. It also has a 0.18 in the box, but you can also buy a 0.35. So you've got everything from 20 to 30 watts, 30 to 40, 45 to 60. So some cloudier options there for those crazy ones. Finally, it is a twisty top refill, as AJ's shown you there. We've got the 4mm, but there's also a 2mm tank available. It's a 25mm radius at the base, so it goes nicely with any mod that you've got around that size. And it's available in blue, silver, gunmetal, and black.
I love the blue.
I like the blue, and that's why I filled it up.
Yeah,
I haven't paired it with an Aspire mod because I don't have an Aspire mod.
Oh.
So Geek Vape kindly sent me this device. I thought that's the closest colour match I can get.
It's close. It's not perfect,
but I really like the blue that they've come up with, so I went with the blue rather than the black.
When I was doing the hands-on down there, one thing I really love is in front of the glass of the tank is this really lovely kind of etched design. It looks really nice and it feels really lovely in hand as well.
Yeah, it's definitely got a vibe that is more for the careless vapor, in as much as you could drop it and not smash the glass.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that's cool. It does come with a replacement glass that's kind of like frosted, fogged out.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So again, quite cool. So if it was for a careless vapor, but I can tell you, it is definitely more enthusiast. Like there's options within the box. So like I said, where your coil fits into the base, there's an option for an adjustable airflow control ring, airflow holes that when dropped into the airflow control ring on the base, can make it really airy. So it's great for mouth to lung. Also, a relatively loose, restricted direct to lung.
I just want to ask a question. Like, who's that for? Like this kind of tank, is there, have I missed the mark? Is there enough enthusiasts buying this kind of tank that will want that kind of precision? It's very, very precise, isn't it?
You're going, are there that many nerds out there?
Are there that many people like you out there?
I think, do you know what? It's just saying we can do mouth to lung really well, but in the same bit of kit, we can give you a loose direct to lung that's not full on cloud chasing, although we do have a coil that goes up to 65 watts.
Yeah.
So if you're into that.
Yes, amazing.
We got you.
I'm looking forward to trying it, and I'm looking forward to trying that wide bore mouthpiece. It looks like it would be really nice.
Yeah, I like the feel of this mouthpiece is really quite comfortable. I like it takes you right up to the tank.
Wow. Okay. So straight up, that's a 0.3 coil at 30 watts, and I mouthed to lunged it, direct to lunged it. Sorry, without even thinking.
Yeah.
Straight up, it's perfect.
So that's wide open at the moment. You can obviously close it off, and we can switch the plate to make it tighter again. So
That's an incredible vape.
yeah, you get because of the way that airflow is.
It's huge airflow. It's lovely.
You do get a nice bit of warmth from the vape, so it changes the notes definitely in the flavour.
Okay, yeah, I've closed it down to the tightest airflow on this base plate. More sweetness as you'd expect, a bit more temperature from the vape. But still huge vapor development. 30 watts, that's big.
Yeah, I don't think you can get a tank like this and go, oh, I want that kind of real tight disposable feel.
It's not that at all.
No.
It's. Do you know what it reminds me of?
All forms of direct to lung, really. The mouth to lung is kind of like kicking.
It reminds me of the kind of vape that you get from a AIO box of some kind. That 30 to 40 watts. It is kind of restricted, but it's big, you know? So if you're in that space, you like the Aspire Box X, for example, or the Aspire BP, it's in that kind of ballpark. It's big. Flavor's great, right on the front end for flavor. And I just love how it looks. What do you got on that mouthpiece?
I love it. It's certainly... It's a different take to what we normally see, even for direct to lung, where you've got quite a wide bore.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's 510, so if I pop the mouthpiece off, it's not particularly easy. You've got to have nails to do it. So I give it a little bit of a wriggle, and I can get my nail in underneath. There we go. So you can see there's the 510.
Oh, interesting.
Quite a small bore, but it leads to what makes it look like an 810.
Yeah, I thought it was an 810 when we first saw it.
No. So it's relatively narrow, isn't it? When you think like what you'd see in a mouth to lung tanks, that kind of narrow bore. But also in the best sub-ohm coils, stock coils for sub-ohm, the inner bore isn't any wider than that.
Yeah, true.
So for vapor production wise, it's not an issue. And obviously, they go all the way up to that 65 watt in those Atlantis coils. Let's give it another blow.
Yeah. And in the future, can you not use that terminology, please?
That's an issue for you?
It just you gave me eye contact and said, let's give it another blow.
You felt uncomfortable.
And then ducked your head down. It made me feel a bit like we were in that prison cell again. Do you remember that?
It was an analogy, the prison cell. It was a role play.
That was the problem, was the role play.
You weren't comfortable with the role play.
I don't like the role play.
Okay, no more role play.
No more blowing, please.
And like that, I disappeared.
That was good.
Yeah, I was absolutely blown away with it. It's a different take. The best thing is when you start going back to some of the greatest that you've done, like the Atlantis, anyone that's been vaping for a long time would have remembered when that came on the scene. If you're going to reinvent, rejuvenate, then you can't destroy the how good the original one is. You've got to make it better. I think they've done a really good job of that. And AJ, that has been our look at the latest tank from Aspire. So that's been our look at this latest device. And if you've enjoyed this video and you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit the like, the subscribe, drop in a comment. If you're over on Spotify, however...
then make sure you rate the podcast. And if you're on YouTube and thinking, I'd like to see more of this, the full show's on Spotify, so go and watch it. But also, if they really, really, really like us...
You don't get to plug your channel. Not here.
Don't worry about the Vape Show Unbox. That plugs itself. I'm talking about YouTube memberships.
Oh, yeah.
You can support what we do here by being a YouTube member. It does actually really help us drink coffee and buy sandwiches. So that's a good thing. And you get to see the full unedited madness behind the scenes of the show. So make sure you sign up somewhere below and share the love.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.